What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and the mammoth arises. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is here with its dual lens camera, massive 6.3-inch display, and it's basically the embodiment of a Samsung Galaxy S8 in a Note shell. So let's see how it compares to Apple's biggest and best offering at this time, which would be the iPhone 7 Plus. Yes, I know the iPhone 8 is practically here, and I will test it with it when it comes out, but it's not here now, is it? Anyways, let's go ahead and see how these compare in an ultimate speed test and see which one is the dominant winner. Apple with its A10 chip, which has proved to be quite the competition, as no smartphone has been able to surpass it, but the Note 8 comes with an additional gigabyte of RAM. So let's see if that makes an impact in a speed and day-to-day real-life usage comparison. And I just wanted to mention that using these things side by side makes my iPhone 7 Plus feel ancient. This thing is massive, dominated by that crystal clear OLED display. It looks great. Anyways, let's jump into the real world usage test. So with all of the apps cleared from the app switcher, I'm going to start by launching the clock and starting a timer. This is testing a bunch of applications that you would use on a day-to-day basis, Instagram, Snapchat, take some pictures, and the Note 8 and iPhone 7 Plus are butting heads. They are just keeping up to one another. So in Photoshop Express, we're going to be editing an 8K image and exporting it. And at this point, this is the closest I've ever seen a phone come to the iPhone 7 Plus. The OnePlus 5 was close because of the lack of animations, but both here are incredibly fast. The Note 8 loads Minecraft faster, jumping into Super Mario Run. They're still at the same spot in this test. So it definitely tells me the extra 2 gigabytes of RAM on the Note 8 are probably helping. Maybe it's the Android 7.1.1 optimization, because the Galaxy S8 started to fall behind at this point. iPhone 7 Plus barely stretches forward, as the loading time on Asphalt was a little bit long on the Note 8, but both are still on the same application at this point. And by the way, the Galaxy Note 8 isn't utilizing its screen completely. In order to keep up with the iPhone 7 Plus, it has to be in full HD display mode. If it was actually running in QHD, I think this test would be a much different test, but most people will be using it in this mode, so that's only fair. Now, this is where the iPhone 7 Plus starts to surge forward in a lot of those basic applications, web-based, Amazon, Netflix, Uber, SoundCloud. It's definitely pushing forward, but the Note 8 is just a couple steps behind. I mean, this is such a small margin. You're really not going to notice that much in your day-to-day usage. I was very impressed with the Note 8 and just how it kept up with the iPhone 7 Plus. Anyways, once we started editing a video or importing one into a video editor, Video Shop, this is a 4K, about a minute and a half of video, and it's the exact same format on both devices. This is where the Note 8 started to fall behind. It took a lot longer for it to prepare the video clip and then to compile it and export it to the gallery. So in the meantime, the iPhone 7 Plus is on round 2. The iPhone has always been a champ of keeping apps running in the background, having them stay exactly where they were when you last left them, no matter how many you have open. So while the Galaxy Note 8 was still compiling the video, the iPhone 7 Plus was making the rounds into already opened applications and ready to go. So that's a round 2 for the iPhone 7 Plus on 10.3.3, which is pretty dang good. And it comes in at 31 seconds for round 2. Round 1 was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. It's very consistent with past results I've had in these kind of tests. So the Note 8 just finishes up now at 4 minutes and 29 seconds for round 1. And jumping into round 2, you can see that all of the applications are already loaded. The Maps, Photoshop Express, exactly where it was left. Export this one once again. We got Minecraft and Mario Run. So everything was where I left it for the most part. There was a slight pause for some of the applications when loading it where there wasn't on the iPhone, but this is a huge improvement over the Samsung Galaxy S8 if you remember that test. I'm hoping that Samsung continues to optimize that as well, but the Note 8 with its extra 2 gigabytes of RAM is definitely better. So overall, 5 minutes to finish this test. Round 2 was 37 seconds, so very close to round 2 on the iPhone. Alright, so next up, I would like to do a startup test. So both of these did very well. The Galaxy Note 8 was very close close in the apps. It's only when it began compiling the video, the 4K, about minute and a half video, that it started to struggle and fall behind. Otherwise, it is very, very capable. I can tell. I mean, 6 gigs of RAM really helps. All the apps that on the Galaxy S8 weren't refreshed before definitely were on this guy. Anyways, just a quick little test. It doesn't really mean much to startup, but with all of the apps still opened, let's go ahead and turn these guys off and turn them on at the same time. Now, the one on the left, the Galaxy Note 8, is running Android 7.1.1. My Galaxy S8 Plus doesn't even have that yet, so it's definitely ahead of it. We'll see if that changes anything. This one, iOS 10.3.3, but it's about to be updated to iOS 11 soon. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, and they are off. So there it is. The newest Galaxy Note 8 versus the iPhone. Now this one has a 10nm processor, which is ahead of this guy. The iPhone 8 is going to get a 10nm one, but this thing is already ahead of it technically in the actual nanometer size. So wow, that was surprisingly quick. If it weren't for the T-Mobile logo, maybe it would have been more evenly matched. But both are surprisingly quick. They're using very, very fast storage, so boot up times really aren't even a problem. Never have been really on phones. Anyways, so from here, let's just go ahead and do a general speed comparison. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear the app switchers. Of course, I do envy the Galaxies. They can just do it with one click right there. There's a lot of stuff that I do appreciate about the Galaxy phones for sure. Don't get me wrong, just because I'm an Apple channel doesn't mean I don't credit them where credit is due. I love a lot of these smaller things that make life easier for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and launch some of those applications side by side to get a more even representation. So Snapchat, 1, 2, 3. Wow, it actually loaded almost 2 times as fast on the Note 8. Instagram, 1, 2, 3. Definitely loaded faster. This one was still refreshing. On the Note 8, it was faster. So camera, 1, 2, 3. About the same there. Both very good. Google Maps, 1, 2, 3. Wow, on the iPhone, that one loaded faster for some reason. Photoshop Express, 1, 2, 3. And on the iPhone, loaded up faster. Cool. Minecraft, 1, 2, 3. And looks like, oh no, Galaxy Note 8. It was a little drawn out there, but did finish up faster. Mario Run, 1, 2, 3. So far, the Note 8 is owning the iPhone in most areas. That's crazy. Loaded here first. Wow, the processor definitely is very evenly matched in terms of gigahertz speed. This one is an octa-core though. This one is only a quad-core. 1, 2, 3. Definitely seeing that difference here. I was not seeing this with the Galaxy S8. I'm very impressed. Again, this one was a little bit more evenly matched actually. Grand Theft Auto, 1, 2, 3. There's a little lag when you click on the app before it launches, which I don't like. But it is ahead on this one as well. All right, moving on to Zynga, 1, 2, 3, poker. And iPhone seems to be ahead, yes, on that one. Web-based app, Netflix, 1, 2, 3. And faster on iPhone, the web-based stuff. Very, very close test. I'm very surprised by the Note 8. Again, it is the newer version. It's not really competing with the 7 Plus anymore. It's supposed to be competing with the iPhone 8, and we'll do that test later on, of course. But for the most part, I'd say that individual app launching, it was faster for most apps. All right, so let's go ahead and do some browser tests using the native Chrome browser and Safari on the iPhone. So starting with reddit.com, 1, 2, 3. And the iPhone loaded that one just a tad bit faster. And CNN.com, 1, 2, 3. Again, the iPhone loaded that one just a second faster. Let's try Apple.com, 1, 2, 3. And of course, Apple's native hometown, it loaded first. Let's try Samsung, 1, 2, 3. And wow, of course, this one loads its hometown first, Samsung.com. Cool. All right, so next up, let's take a look at the Geekbench scores here. This is going to be a very close one. I'm very excited to see how they compare. So this shows the lowest speed 1.9 gigahertz cores, but it goes up to 2.35, which is very evenly matched with this guy. They both go up to that peak gigahertz speed. So let's go ahead and run this benchmark here. See what we got. All right, and here it is, the moment of truth. We're pretty familiar with the iPhones. Usually gets around 6,000 multi-core score and 3.5 single core score. I've seen it go up to 3,600. And it's about the same as the Galaxy S8, 1880 single core, and multi is about 6269. So it beats out the iPhone on multi, but then again, it has a octa-core processor, double that of the iPhone, and with half of the resources, it still makes do. I mean, look at that single core score, that's ridiculous. Very awesome to see some real competition in smartphones though. Anyways, one more, let's go ahead and do an Antutu. This will factor in the GPUs as well. And just for fun, I want to go ahead and test the actual temperature of these devices under full load like this, under benchmarks. So I want to see the hottest point on both of them. I mean, I know the Galaxy Note series hasn't had a very good history with heat and the battery issue. So let's see how hot this one gets. 99 degrees. Dang, I did not expect that. The iPhone heats up more than the Note 8 to 104.1. Maybe because it has less area for heat dissipation. It does have a bigger display. I don't know. Interesting. And wow, there is something I did not expect. The Galaxy Note 8 schooled the iPhone 7 Plus. About 46,000 more points in the Antutu benchmark. Last thing I wanted to test is the fingerprint sensor speed. Gonna be a pain with it on the back, but let's see how it competes in terms of speed. All right, now this may take a few tries. It's very hard to find that positioning on the back of this phone. It gets even harder than the S8 because it's larger. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, there we go. No animation like the iPhone. Gets in faster. 1, 2, 3. Definitely faster. Let's try screen on. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, definitely faster here as well. It's the animation on the iPhone that kills it. All right, guys, so there it is. That is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, a very capable device, but we're gonna have to see how it competes with its true competitor, the iPhone 8, in just a couple weeks here. Either way, Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, great processor. This thing definitely handles memory very well, doesn't reload apps like the Galaxy S8 Plus, a definite improvement over the S8 series. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Peace.